It's time for our first eviction on season 22 of Big Brother. I don't think that this eviction came as a huge surprise to many of us watching because, really, in all honesty, Keesha just didn't participate in the game. How are you going to save yourself when you're not really willing to go have conversations with people in power? So we saw Kevin at least extend out to Cody and try to work with him. You know, he tried to build that relationship with Cody. He tried to make a deal with Cody. And as a result, there were zero votes cast his direction. We're still at the point of the game where no one really wants to make any big ripples. And really, the safe vote this week was getting rid of Keesha. She hadn't built up many relationships in the house. She wasn't playing a difficult game, and she was the easy way out for everyone this first week. And the most interesting part of the episode for me was, is she going to get even one vote to not cast her way? And as it turns out, 13-0, everyone in the house votes to evict Keesha. Before we carry on, I just got to say that the 13-0 vote, or whatever O vote, is one of my Big Brother pet peeves. Everyone seems to be so afraid of casting a vote for the other way. Like there's going to be some sort of target and witch hunt if a vote was not cast the way the rest of the house voted. And I really hate that. It just kind of forces people into going one direction, and it kind of makes the game a little bit less interesting. Even counting the votes tonight, even if that would have been 12-1, just to see that one vote to evict Kevin would have made things a little more interesting for me. But enough about that. We also had our second HOH of the season, and it looks like Cody and his group of people he's working with is going to remain in power as Memphis takes home the second HOH. Cody really used his HOH to create a lot of relationships. And he maybe has a few too many deals with people. It seems like he has a final two with Memphis, with Enzo, with Nicole F, and that's maybe something that could come and bite him in the ass later on. Cody and Memphis solidified their alliance by deciding on a name as the Commission. He also opened the door up to work with a few other people, such as Tyler, Dani, Nicole F, and Christmas. That sort of came about with Memphis. And Cody also got involved in another alliance, which included Cody, Enzo, Da'Vonne, and Bayleigh. This could be something that bites Cody in the ass later on. But for right now, he basically has over half of the house looking out for him and watching his back, and that should work out to his benefit in the early stages of the game. But who knows how that plays out long term. We also had a very bizarre final two get formed today between Kevin and Nicole A. It's pretty rare to see somebody who's on the block on week one find somebody to make a solid final two with. Nicole, we all remember her from last season as she just let Mitchie walk away with that victory by not being willing to take her shot to try to win. And, I think that she's immediately saddled herself with someone who is going to be a weaker player in this season and hasn't really set herself up for long-term success here. This next week will be interesting. I think we're going to start to see our alliances get a little more solid. We were starting to see that little telephone game in the Cody Memphis alliance go around to try to put a feeler out to everybody to say, hey, do you want to work with us? Do you want to get in this alliance? And I think that this week we'll start to slowly see those alliances start to form a little more rigidly. And it'll be interesting to see who is willing to stand up against Cody and Memphis moving forward, because we could be in for another week where everyone just kind of tries to toe the party line, do what the HOH wants, and not send any ripples. It's going to be interesting with our safety suite twist as well, which should come up on Sunday, because the two most likely targets, in my opinion, are going to be Janelle and Keesha, and neither of them is eligible to go into that safety suite. All right, I think that wraps up everything I want to say about tonight's episode. We still haven't seen tons of gameplay going on here. We're just starting to get the basis of alliances forming, and a lot of game still left to play. So until Sunday night, I'm out of here, and hopefully you'll be back as well. So until then, we will see you later.